Welcome and good morning. Welcome back to our channel. What a lovely morning. I can't believe how nice it is. And this is October, end of October 2022. I want to talk to you about the basics of the Pulsar, because I know that when you're new to the vehicle, you probably don't know where all the gubbins are, you know, all the new stuff that you need to learn. So I want to go through a few maintenance things like the batteries and that, and just show you, if you're a newcomer, where everything is. So stay tuned. So, the first thing to know about is your water. Where do you put water and where do you empty the water? Well, on the Pulsar you have this cap just underneath your heater vent, and it's lockable, so nobody can actually put things in at night. And if you stand back, you'll see a blue tap. Now that there is when you want to empty your fresh water tank. That's your fresh water tank. So if you want to empty that and drain it down, that is where you do it, and that is on the passenger side of the vehicle. On the right hand side, on the driver's side, you'll see this hatch here, and that is where you plug your mains electric, and that is when you're on site. Now also on this side, right near the door, you have your gas tank refill. So as you can see there, and you're not to have your heater on, even though you can have it on when you're driving, you're not to have it on when you're filling up the gas. Dead important that. So that is the connection. So that's that. So the other thing that you'll need to know is your waste. So when your waste is full, there is the waste tap, and that is right at the back of the vehicle, so it's easy to get to. The other thing I just wanted to show you there is you can see the tanks under there. They're fully insulated. You can see that. That's your waste tank, and you also have a freshwater tank. Right, in the control panel here you have a switch here, and that's called tank heaters. And what that does, that heats a mat at the bottom of the tank and stops it from freezing, but that's only if you're going below -5 in the temperature. As you can switch it on there, it works off 12 volt, but it will drain your batteries if you leave it on too long. So what I tend to do, if it's really going to be cold that night, I tend to put it on about an hour before night time, and then I switch it off and hope for the best then. If you're on electric hookup, it doesn't matter because you're using the actual electricity. But if you're like me, I don't do a lot of electric hookups. You're working on your 12 volt batteries, so you know, it's important that you don't drain your batteries, otherwise you'll be sorry. If we come round to the driver's side, okay, so this is the bench seat. That's where I keep my basket with my barbecue in and that, as it's made up. Now this here is your seat. So this lifts up, and if I can show you, the seat slides forwards and back. So that's locking it in, and that's your seat in the mode for passengers. Now if we slide this off, which is very easily done, and then we lift this and slide that off. That's that one done. You will see that if you lift that, then this is where the leisure batteries are. Now, important to keep on top of these batteries, we just take the lids off and the lid should come off, and there's your first battery. Now these here, because this is a wet battery, it's a lead acid battery, these need regular maintenance. I would say, depending on how you use the battery, I would top it up maybe every 2 to 3 months. Now what causes the battery to run down is the gassing. If you overcharge, if you've got it plugged in all the time, once it's fully charged, it goes through a process called gassing, and I think it evaporates at that point. It evaporates with the gassing, and that goes through the tube. So I think, you know, the more you use them, because I've got an inverter, you know, I tend to top them up 2 to 3 within 2 and 3 months time, you know. So we'll have a look at them and I'll just show you. So as you can see, I am using an old chisel. You can use coins and anything really that fits in, and take all these off. They're quite tight because the rubbers stop the liquid coming out. Now, as you can see, there's liquid. Now the liquid is just covering the plates, and that's what I tend to make sure, that so long as them plates are covered with liquid, then I seem to be okay. So that's just showing you. So that it's important that you maintain these batteries. That's the only thing. So that's another job for you. So that's all done, it's all back in, and that's good. You just shut that down now. Now the other thing to note is also just behind the batteries you've got your main fuse box. So if you ever have any problems, those are your fuses that you need to look at. This one here is your 240, so if that ever trips, your reset button is just there. You see it? And then obviously on this side, that is your charger. So you have a button there, and that's your electric charger. So anyway, that's now moving on. Let's have a look at the back of the van. We open the door. This is the toilet cassette for emptying your toilet, and then you have a cupboard that is just under the fridge. Now what's in here? Well, I keep all my bits and bobs in it, I keep it the hose pipe for filling the water up if I need to, foldable bucket, I have my toilet refill, I have spare fuses, I have a plastic container with the top cut out so that when I'm on site and I need to top it up without the hose pipe, I have these filler bags. I just fill them up and then I just pour it into the plastic bottle. It's just easier. You hold the bottle in and pour it in. Now I always have gaffer tape, toilet refill and a rag and a cloth. Now here I've got my hose pipe fittings. Now right at the back, if I can show you, there's a cupboard. Now in that cupboard, if I can get in, because it isn't too easy, you will see all your gas valves. Now they switch off independently each item, so you've got your fridge and your cooker, your heater, etc., and your oven. You do have a main switch which is here, and that will switch them all off in one go. So a lot of people don't know where that is, and that is under the fridge. So dead important that you know about that. So that is some of the basics that you need to know. The maintenance of the vehicle. If you need to switch off, isolate your gas. If you need to get to your fuses, you need to top up your leisure batteries. You know how to empty the waste from the grey tap at the back. You empty the fresh water from the side on the passenger side, and you know where to fill up the gas and the thing. So I hope this has been worthwhile watching, and you've learned something from it. Until next time, I'll see you soon.